I've been thinking about how I wanted to say this, guys. So forgive me if I sound a little scatterbrained, but let's keep this under 5 minutes, hopefully. I'm somebody like when I was a little boy, guys, going into teenage years. I studied people. I studied masculinity. I I studied what it was and what it wasn't. And then I seen the female side, and I studied what femininity was, right? And what it was and what it wasn't. And so I saw so many things in the world where you had to be masculine in one area, and then you'll be in some other situation, and then you'll have to be like feminine. We deal with these two principles throughout our day, knowingly or unknowingly. Um, there's a time where you have to be macho, and then there are other times where you have to be, soft as Charmin, right? You might see somebody's baby. Maybe somebody asks you to hold their newborn child, and you hold your newborn, and you just feel like complete mush. So this constant going back and forth of having to be hard in this world and be soft. And so I'm trust me when I tell you guys that when I was a boy going into my teenage years, I wanted to master being soft and hard at the same time. I wanted to master that, guys. Believe me when I tell you, guys, I studied for a long time. I wanted to master being soft and hard at the same time. You know, trying to think how I want to word this, because I mean, that's just it. I wanted to master being soft and hard at the same time. And trust me when I tell you guys, I get such a laugh out of appearing to be soft in front of people who think, it's like taking candy for a baby, or, oh, he ain't gonna do nothing. I mean, I tell you guys countless stories about me going to play pickup basketball games. And I show up on the basketball court and people just kind of looking like, what he gonna do? And next thing you know, the game is over. My team won. And these people, they like, I don't understand what just happened. I mean, guys, I mean, you gotta entertain yourself, right? In this world, so many times, I mean, I get a lot of laughter innately to myself when nobody's looking. There's a lot of laughing going on. I'm like, I have a little real devilish side to me that gets a kick out of confusing people and allowing people to underestimate me, because you know, like this one Tupac song, he said, when it's on. Nobody really wants to get out of character. Nobody wants to go to jail. Nobody wants to have their rights taken away from them from doing something stupid. So in that little gray area, you're able to do so much. And just getting back to this hard and soft thing, so many people um, have just said, have succumbed to just saying, "Oh, I'm just going to be a douchebag. Forget it. I feel like a little wimp. I can't control anything." They don't see an opportunity to be both. I told you guys it's either one or the other with these people. So you have a lot of males that have just succumbed to I'm just going to be a little wimp because I can't be hard. I'm not allowed to be a man in this society. I mean, it's easy to put yourself in a category. You see all this stuff, and for a male, you're like, well, I'm not allowed to be a man, so I might as well be a little wimp. And so I see a lot of men succumb to that. And then you got the males who just overdo it with the masculinity. They go out and buy themselves a pickup truck. They be the softest things walking around. So they buy a pickup truck, and maybe they modify the muffler. They go overboard. See, they can't. And a woman gets irritated with this because she's trying to find a man that has learned to balance both those masculine and feminine energies. I mean, just to close it out, guys, you think about sex. Let's say you're a man, right? You out doing manly things all day, and so you're supposed to come home and make love to your. Sex is a feminine thing. I think most guys can agree. It's very feminine to come out of your masculine nature, go home, and then all of a sudden be a little softy to your wife and have sex is a feminine energy. It's a feminine energy. I don't know how many men out there ever had a woman squeeze their nipples. That whole thing is feminine. And by the way, just letting women know, I don't squeeze my nipples. I don't like I don't like women squeezing. Don't squeeze my nipples. Please don't do that. I don't like that. It doesn't feel good to me, physically or mentally or emotionally. Don't squeeze my nipples, okay? But the whole, again, just wrap it up. The whole sex is totally soft. I don't care how hard you is, when you go home and you with your woman. I see you with your newborn. Maybe your woman's breastfeed. That whole thing. That's why some men have to go away. And I'm not gonna lie, it's not easy to balance out. It's again, you feel like you're being, like you a racquetball, just being hit back and forth. You're trying to turn on your masculinity, then somebody's telling you to turn it off. Then when you turn it off, somebody's telling you to turn. It's just you feel like you being hit like a racquetball, back and forth, back and forth. So you have to find that middle ground that nobody gets it twisted. And again, with me, I'm telling you guys, when I go home at night under my own thoughts, I just really get a laugh out of playing around with people who wonder how I do it. And people who think I'm soft, like I told you guys, when you get a real good look at me, you will see that hardness. But then I got this soft side too. So at least I told you guys, I'm a master. I'm a master at keeping people on ice. How you think I stayed out of trouble, guys? Growing up on the west side of Chicago, that wasn't easy. I mastered keeping people on ice. And it's so funny to it just makes them just I have to imagine that a boxer, you have the same skills in the ring. You can make somebody just stand still, just become frozen, then you can tee off on them. You know what I mean? It's just these mental things that you can do, where you don't have to use so much physicality. It's an art form, you know. Being soft and hard at the same time, that's definitely an art form.